the last and final row, the R4J of Danny Bennett and the 8 car of Bianca Weaver. We're green flag racing. If you want them. I am too.
They're coming down the backstretch as the R4J and the 48. Battle back and forth. Looks like the R4J is going to get one around and 3 and 4. That's going to be the 77 of Jared Lippman. They're going to stay green flag. The 8W out front. R4J of Danny Bennett in 3rd position from last. He's going to battle it out from the 9 car.
That's the 8X of Greg Andrews. Doug Andrews. It don't matter.
They're coming into turn 1 and 2. Danny Bennett on the bottom. Brian Meredith on his rear bumper. He's going to get a little squirrely. Shut him down and get back on it. Danny Bennett going to remain your 3rd place sitter. The 8W out front and the 8X of Doug Andrews in 2nd. Danny Bennett in 3rd place with Brian Meredith on his side trying to get by for that 3rd place position. Brian Meredith on the high side, Danny Bennett on the bottom. Who's it going to be at the stripe? It's going to be the R4J of Danny Bennett. Coming into turn 1 and 2, 8W is still your leader with the 8X of Doug Andrews on his rear bumper. Danny Bennett and Brian Meredith side by side for 3rd position. Coming into turn 3 and 4, Danny Bennett gets a jump, so does Brian. They're going to remain side by side.
Andrews taking the lead as they go into turn number 1. He's going to slide up in front of that 8W of Mike Wilburn. Here comes Wilburn back underneath. Does he have enough to take it back from him?
Brian Meredith and Danny Bennett side by side coming into turn 3 and 4. Danny on the bottom, Brian on the top. Who's it going to be at the stripe? It's going to be Brian Meredith in the 30 CBS stock. Danny Bennett on the bottom, going to try to take it back from him. Not going to work for him. That 8W is holding all 2 of them off. While the 8X of Doug Andrews is out in front, putting 3 or 4 car lengths on him. Brian Meredith gets a little sideways coming out of turn 3 and 4. Danny Bennett on his rear bumper. Going to see what they can do with it.
That's that play. Why?
We are doing 20 laps for this CBS Stock A main.
9 cars?
With 9 cars. Brian Meredith on the inside of the 8W coming into turn 3 and 4. Brian Meredith's going to get about half a car in him. They're going to go 3 wide coming out of turn 1 and 2. Brian Meredith's going to get the good lock off that Danny Bennett and the 8W side by side coming into turn 3 and 4. Who's it going to be in the stripe? Is it going to be Danny Bennett or the 8W? It's going to be Danny Bennett in the R4J. Brian Meredith closing that gap very quickly between him and Doug Andrews in the 8X. Danny Bennett pulling a couple car lengths away from the 8W, tracking down Brian Meredith. He's going to try to set that GPS for 1st place. Coming into turn 1 and 2, your leader is still the 8X of Doug Andrews. 2nd place is Brian Meredith in the 30. R4J Danny Bennett in 3rd position. 4th position is the 8W. And to round out your top 5 is a 0-star of Brian Mayu. We have the 22 of Mike Newby around at turn 3. Going to get it pedaled back on the backstretch. As the 8X of Doug Andrews comes around to lap all 3 cars. Danny Bennett going to try to close that gap fast, quick, and in a hurry between him and Brian Meredith. I don't know how it's working for him, but I guess it's working slow but surely. Brian Meredith closing that gap between him and Doug Andrews. They're going to come in at turn 3 and 4. This is where lap traffic's going to come into play. Brian Meredith about 2 or 3 car lengths away from him coming into turn 3 and 4. He's going to jump it down low. Doug is going to block him. But they come around to lap the 77 of Jared Littman. The 48 of Patrick Leon going to pull into the middle of the track. Doug Andrews in the inside. Brian Meredith inside. Danny Bennett inside. Brian Meredith coming to turn 3 and 4. Going to try to close that gap fast between him and Doug Andrews. Is it going to work for him? Closes about a car length off. No. Doug Andrews staying out front. Brian Meredith working as hard as he can to get in front of that 8X car. Danny Bennett closing that gap between him and Brian Meredith. I don't know if it's closing or opening. $15 down, 5 to go, folks. As they enter turn 1 and 2, Doug Andrews still with the lead. Brian Meredith on his rear bumper, trying to take that first place position away from him. It's not going to work for him. Coming in turn 3 and 4, he's going to try to put that nose on his left rear. Not going to work. Looks like Brian Meredith is just blowing the tires on it. Off of it, coming out of turn 3 and 4. Danny Bennett trying to get around the 22, who is a lap car of Mike Newby. Doug Andrews blocking Brian Meredith coming in turn 3 and 4. Meredith's on his rear bumper hard and heavy coming down the front back stretch. Doug Andrews is going to put a little bit of a gap on him. Coming to turn 3 and 4, Brian Meredith shuts it down real hard. He's going to close that gap a little bit, come down front stretch. They're going to give them the white flag. One more lap around this track. Danny Bennett, Mike Newby side by side. Michael Newby is a lap car, and Danny Bennett is on the lead lap. Doug Andrews and Brian Meredith coming into turn 3 and 4. Brian dives down low. Who's it going to be? Doug slides up high. Brian goes down low. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be Doug Andrews. Second place, Brian Meredith. Third, Danny Bennett. Fourth, Brian Mayu. Fifth, the 8W. Lights are out. The green flag's out and we're underway. The 8 of Ryan McNally getting a good jump. The 45 of Brian Badgett to an early lead coming into turn 1 and 2. Brian Badgett, your leader. The AR of Ryan McNally second. Rick Sayup in the 59 coming on the bottom of the 8R coming into turn 3 and 4. Who's it going to be coming out? Is it going to be Rick or is it going to be Ryan? Looks like it's going to be Ryan. Yes. Your leader, the 85 of Brian Badgett. The 2-car battle between the 3 and the 43 for 7th place. Don't forget about the ladies and men up front. The 8R Ryan McNally, the 59 of Rick Sayup, and the OB1 of Brandy Petty. Also trying to battle for that is the 6 of Jason Miller. Contact between the 8R of Ryan McNally and the 59 of Rick Sayup coming into turn 3 and 4. Ryan on the bottom, Rick on the top. Ryan pushes a little bit, gets into the rear bumper, the 59. OB1 on the bottom of Ryan McNally goes through turn 3 and 4. She got enough motor to get by him. No, she doesn't. She's going to turn it around in turn 2. Coming down the backstretch, Rick Sayup second, Ryan McNally fourth, the 43 in fifth. Still your race leader of 45 of Brian Badgett. Tiffany Burnett in the T13 getting lapped. This is where lap traffic comes into play for the 8R and Rick Sayup. Brian Badgett gets a little bit into the wall down the back stretch. They're too wide coming to the turn 3 and 4. Ryan on the top, Rick on the bottom. Who's it going to be at the line? Looks like it's going to be Rick at the line for second position. The 45 of Brian Badgett just set the keys on the desk and he left. The 43 wants a little bit of that action for first place. She's going to get by Rick Sayup on the bottom. They're coming down the backstretch. 2, 3 wide. The 8R, the 59, and the 6 all battling for fourth position. Looks like Ryan McNally in the 8R is going to get that position. Rick Sayup on the high side going into turn 3 and 4. He's going to want that spot from Ryan McNally. It's not going to work for him. Dust is a flying. He's a pushing. Who's going to be at the line? It's going to be Ryan McNally for third place. Now Jason Miller in the 6 was a little bit of that action. Jason Miller is going to try to pass Rick Sayup, and it's going to work for him. Your new fourth place hitter, Jason Miller in the number 6. He's going to go on the bottom. Going to try to take it from Ryan, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. Looks like Ryan's got a little more bite than Jason does. Meanwhile, up front, there's nothing really to talk about the 45 because he is gone. He's going to lap the T13 of Tiffany Burnett once again. The 43 is coming into turn 3 and 4 to lap Tiffany Burnett. Ryan McNally pushes. Jason Miller goes on the bottom. Who's it going to be at the line? Looks like it's going to be Ryan McNally. Brian first. 43 second. Ryan third. Jason fourth. Scott fifth. Brandy sixth. And Rick seventh. Now Scott Blown wants a little bit of that action. He's going to go on the bottom. Going to try to get it around the 6 of Jason Miller. It's not going to work for him, though. He's going to try it again. Contact between the 3 and the 6. The 6 setting his GPS on the 8. The 3 setting his GPS on the 6. And the OB1 setting her GPS on the 3. The 3 goes down low under the 6. Is it going to make it? Is he? Oh, he comes close to that tire. Down the backstretch, it's going to be Scott. It's going to be Jason Miller. Still your leader, the 45 of Brian Badgett. They're coming down the front stretch, Brian Badgett. 12 down, 3 to go. Brian Badgett, your leader, the 43 second. Ryan McNally fourth. Jason Miller 5th, Scott Blowen 6th, Brandy Petty 7th, and the 59 of Rick Sayup 8th. It's going to give the T13 of Tiffany Burnett the move over flag. Looks like it's going to be 2 to go for the 45 of the Brian Badgett. Meanwhile, in third and fourth and fifth position, Ryan, Jason, Scott, all battling for the same spot. Who's going to get another white flag? That's going to be Ryan McNally. One more lap around this big track. The 45 of Brian Badgett comes into the turn 3 and 4 to lap the 84. Oh, gets a little sideways. Can he take it back under control? He looks like it is. Your Cotton Bowl Speedway Eco Stock feature winner, the 45 of Brian Badgett. Second place, the 43. Third place, the 8R of Ryan McNally. Coming in fourth is going to be the 6 of Jason Miller. Fifth place is going to be the 3 of Scott Blowen. Third row inside the 63 of Andy Roller. On the outside of him is the 22 of Patricia Lucas. Fourth row inside is the 52 of AJ Dancer. Outside of him is the 8, the rookie of Max Braswell. On fifth row inside is the 43X of Keith Kelp. On the outside of him is the 25B of Chasen.
We're green flag racing.
Coming into turn 1 and 2, Hayden Wade is your feature leader. Little contact between Stacy Romanette and Matt Bice. Jeremy Oliver, second place. Coming into turn 3 and 4, he's going to dive it down deep trying to get by Hayden Wade. Hayden Wade's going to block him out. The 43 of Stacy Robinette is around in turn 3 and 4. That involves Matt Bice, the 38, and AJ Dancer in the 52. Still stopped in the middle of the track. Yellow flag is out. That's going to bring out a caution. And the left rear wheel has came off at the 43 of Stacy Surround on the backstretch. It's all up to Hayden. Green flags in the air, and we're underway. Front stretch, it's going to be Hayden Wade coming into turn 1 and 2. Jeremy Oliver goes down low, going to try to take the lead from Hayden Wade. They're side by side down the backstretch. 82 of Jeremy Oliver is now your new leader. Hayden Wade on the side of them. They're side by side coming out of turn 3 and 4 down the front stretch. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be the 82 of Jeremy Oliver. Hayden Wade second. Andy Roller third. And Patricia Lucas fourth. Coming out of turn 1 and 2. Jeremy Oliver's up front. Trouble in turn 2. Matt Bice and Patricia Lucas. They're going to stay green. Andy Roller gets by Hayden Wade for the second place position. Now Andy Roller sets aside on the 82 of Jeremy Oliver. As they come into turn 1 and 2, Jeremy up high. Or Jeremy down low, Andy up high. Hayden Wade's got to hold off that 43X of Keith Kelp. Coming out of turn 3 and 4, Jeremy Oliver is still your race leader. Andy Roller following him right behind him. He's trying to get by. Andy Roller on the high side. They're door-to-door coming into turn 1 and 2. Going down the backstretch, they're door-to-door. Andy Roller still your race leader. They're door-to-door coming into turn 3 and 4. Andy goes down low. Andy rolls up. Jeremy Oliver and Andy Roller side by side coming down the front stretch. Enter turn 1 and 2. It's still your leader, Jeremy. They go down the back stretch. They're still side by side. Jeremy's got about a half car length on him. They're coming to turn 3 and 4. Andy Roller wants to make it different. They come down the front stretch. Who's going to be at the line? It's going to be Andy Roller at the line. Andy Roller up high. Jeremy Oliver down low. Hayden Wade second. The 43 of Keith Kemp in fourth. Blah. Coming out of turn 3 and 4, Jeremy Oliver second. Andy Roller first. Andy Roller now has a full car length on Jeremy Oliver. Jeremy Oliver goes down low. Take it from Andy Roller. It's not going to work for him going down the backstretch. It's going to be Andy Roller. Jeremy Oliver's doing everything he can to get by Andy Roller. Not going to work for him. Andy's going to cut him off down the backstretch. Hayden Wade, still your third place holder. The 43X fourth, and the 38 of Matthew Bice in fifth. Andy Roller's starting to get a little bit of a gap between him and the 82 of Jeremy Oliver. Coming into turn 3 and 4, Andy Roller still your race leader. Jeremy Oliver's in second. 8W3 of Hayden Wade in third. We got 10 down, 5 to go. Coming into turn 1 and 2, Andy Roller's holding off Jeremy Oliver. Hayden Wade's just up there by himself. No one's really trying to take that spot from him. Matthew Bice is in fifth place, and that's going to round out your top 5. Jeremy Oliver and Andy Roller. Jeremy Oliver is your new race leader as lap traffic came into play for Andy Roller. They come into turn 3 and 4. It's still going to be Jeremy Oliver. Andy Roller diving it down deep. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be the 82 of Jeremy Oliver. Andy Roller goes up high trying to take it from him. Not going to work for him. It's still going to be Jeremy Oliver. They enter turn 3 and 4. Andy Roller throws it up high, see if they can get any grip, but it's not going to work. He's going to put it down low. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be Jeremy Oliver. They're side by side coming through turn 1 and 2. Andy Roller's got a nose on him. Jeremy Oliver up high. They come into turn 3 and 4. Jeremy Oliver gets a little bit of a jump on him. Andy Roller down low. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be the 63 of Andy Roller. White flags out for your leader, Andy Roller. They're side by side coming down the backstretch. Andy Roller's got about a car length on Jeremy Oliver. They come down the front stretch. The 63 of Andy Roller is going to be your IMCA Hobby Stock feature winner. Jeremy Oliver second. Hayden Wade third. The 34X of Keith Kelp in fourth. And Matthew Bison, the 38 of fifth. That's going to round out your top 5.
Lights are out. Justin McCullough and Dean Preem. Green flag, we're racing. Justin McCullough with the early lead going into turn number 1. Leading them down the backstretch. Here comes the 33C of Charles Cosper looking underneath the 49 of Anthony Odkin. Going to have to pedal it back just a little bit. Odkin's going to slide up. Here comes Cosper underneath. 3 wide for second. McCullough sideways, losing a little ground. Here comes Cosper to the inside of him for the lead. Charles Cosper on the inside. Justin McCullough on the middle. And Dean Preem on the outside. Cosper, your leader down the backstretch. Charles Cosper going to lead it here to lap number 2. It's Anthony Odkin, Justin McCullough, Robin Batt, Dean Preem, Peter Delavan, Zach Riley, Pat Wilson, and Joe O'Brien.
7.
Starting to open up that lead about almost a half a straightaway. The Charles Cosper in the 33C over the 49 of Anthony Odkin. But here comes Robin Batch. He's trying to get underneath him. Peter Delavan's going to try to make it a 3-car battle for second. The 8-car of Buck Owen slow down the front stretch. He's going to cut it to the infield.
No, that's not my driver.
Five down, 15 to go. Peter Delavan still working on the 3-car. Robin Batt trying to take that 3rd spot. They've let the 49 of Anthony Odkin get away. Charles Cosper well over half a straightaway ahead of the 49 of Anthony Odkin, the 3 of Robin Batt, the 98 of Peter Delavan, the 7 of Pat Wilson, the 14 of Joe O'Brien. And you got a battle between the 10 and the 110 of Zach Riley and Ronnie Ellis. Ellis in the orange 10, Riley in the black 10. Oh, we got 2 around in turn number 22. Going to come to a stop. Caution flag waves. Backstretch. Your leader, the 33C, Charles Cosper. Anytime the lights go out, it's his race to start. He's going to slow it down just a little bit, pack the field up. Field starting to rack up. On the gas, green flags back out. We're underway in the stock cars. Three wide, 4 wide, almost there for 3rd place. Joe O'Brien underneath the 7 of Pat Wilson. 3 wide there for 5th. Peter Delavan, Ronnie Ellis, and Pat Wilson. Pat Wilson looking to get the worst end of that deal, so he's going to shuffle back 2 spots.
Well, but he may not be too light for this class, but not for practice class. You know.
Still your leader, the 33C, Charles Cosper, is worth 10 down, 10 to go. Here's your running order, the 33C, Charles Cosper, the 489 of Anthony Otkin, the 3 of Robin Batt, the 14 of Joe O'Brien, the 98 of Peter Delavan, the 10 of Zach Riley, the 7 of Pat Wilson, the 10 of Ronnie Ellis. Then you got the 47 of Justin McCullough, the 48 of Dwayne Tone, the 4K of Ken Polanski, the 17D of Dean Prim, the 20T of Thomas Hall, the 72 of Michael Richardson, the 47X. In the 110, that's the black number 10 is the Zach Riley ride. And outside of him, the 7 of Pat Wilson. Then you got the orange 10 driven by Ronnie Ellis. You got the 47 of Justin McCullough, the 48 of Dwayne Tone, the 4K of Ken Polanski, the 17 of Dean Preem, the 20T of Thomas Hall, the 72 of Michael Richardson, and the 47X of Trent Miller were green flag. Oh, 17 of Dean Preem around in turn number 1 and 2. Still sitting at the bottom. And caution, as we got another pile up over in turn number 4. Green flag, we're racing. Still your leader, the 33C of Charles Cosper. Great battle for second as here comes the 14 of Joe Bryan looking to try to get underneath that 49 of Anthony Otkin. Can't quite do it as they get into turn number 3. Otkin going to slide up. Here comes O'Brien underneath their door-to-door for second. Side by side down the front stretch. Oh, we got some bumper tag there for third. The 98 of Peter Delavan getting into the back of the 47. Now 47 trying to protect the inside as the 7 of Pat Wilson still there. 47 going to get around. Oh, keeps it square somewhat. Going to lose at least one spot. Try to hold on to 4th. Otkin got back around the 14 of Joe O'Brien. O'Brien still trying to get underneath him. Down the back stretch, still door-to-door for second. But out front, the 33C of Charles Costa, we're going to get the 5 to go this time by. Oh, the 47 of Justin McCullough going to get around. Caution flag waves. Cars 15 down, 5 to go. Still out front, the 33 seed Charles Cosper, Joe O'Brien, Pat Wilson, and Anthony Otkin battling for fourth. You got the 110 of Zach Riley, who's made his way back. Oh, as we get a couple of them around. The 48 of Dwayne Tone and the 72 of Michael Richardson getting together. Going to loop it away in turn number one. The 48 gets going. 72 still apart. Caution flag waves. Lights are out. On the throttle, green flags back underway here in your stock cars. Coming around. 2 to go for the 33C of Charles Cosper. Joe O'Brien getting in front of the 7 of Pat Wilson, the 49 of Anthony Otkin, and the 110 of Zach Riley still battling for fourth. Then it's the 98 of Peter Delavan and Robin Bat battling for sixth. White flags out in the air. One more lap to go for Charles Cosper. Yeah. Pat Wilson trying to get underneath Joe O'Brien. A little contact anyway. More contact. Wilson pedals it. Lets Joe O'Brien getting back, but he may lose third. Checkered flags in the air for your winner, the 33C of Charles Cosper. Here comes second. It's going to be the 14 of Joe O'Brien, the 7 of Pat Wilson, the 49 of Anthony Otkin, the 110 of Zach Riley. Lights are going to go out this time as they get into turn number 3. Ray McSpadden, Robert Stewart, Ronnie Warren, Joe Spillman, Greg Dinsmore, and Hardy Henderson. Your front 3 rows. Green flags in the air. We're racing modifieds. McSpadden gets in hard, slides up a little, makes a little contact with the 32, but that's going to open the gap up for the 32 of Robert Stewart. 4 wide there for fifth. That's not going to work. The bumper tag all the way to the back. And we got 2 cars hung up, and you're free. It's still the 32 of Robert Stewart. Here comes the 8G of Greg Dinsmore, the 48 of it. Looks bad, and then 707. There's Mike McCarthy slow down the front stretch. Caution flag waves. Gonna go green this time by. Hey, y'all keep an eye on the 44 of Joe Spillman. If you can remember what place he finishes, you just might be the winner of this t-shirt after the race. Lights are out. Waiting on the 32 of Robert Stewart. He's going to wait till the last minute. Green flags in the air. We're racing. Dinsmore looking underneath Robert Stewart. Not going to be able to go at that time down the back stretch. He's going to drive it hard into the turn. Dinsmore underneath Stewart. Is he going to be able to have anything down the front stretch? They're doing it all. Here comes P.J. Edwards. Oh, we got contact in midfield. He's right around. He's getting hit by the 202. He stays. We stay green. Coming off a turn number 4, your leader is going to be the 707 of P.J. Edwards. Greg Dinsmore, Robert Stewart, we got another 202 there. The 202 of going to have a broke right front, going to take it in the hot pit. The 707 of PJ Abbott, the 8G of Greg Dinsmore, the 63 of Hardy Henderson, the 32 of Robert Stewart, the 9 of Pat McGuire, and the 19 of Jason Batt. Batt out by the 32. 32 trying to get back underneath the 9 of Pat McGuire. McGuire shuts the door down the back stretch to take over fourth. The V18 of Kenny Merritt thought he was going to go to the infield, not quite, gets back on the gas, takes it back on the track. Halfway, 10 down, 10 to go here, and I'm saying modified feature. The 707 of TJ Edwards still your leader, followed by the 18 of Frank Ensler. The 63 of Hardy Henderson, the 9 of Pat McGuire, and the 32 of Robert Stewart. Here comes the 19 of Jason Back to take over fifth. For the 6th car. So 3 open and 3 crates there in your top 6. The lights are going to go out this time in turn number 3. On the grass, green flag, we're underway. Got 2 around there. Caution flag's going to wave. A 97 to Doug going to turn number 3. PJ Egbert, Greg Dinsmore, Hardy Henderson, Pat McGuire, Jason Back, David Good Jr., and Robert Stewart. On the gas a little earlier this time. We're racing. Contact bumper tag there for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Come on, guy, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Caution flag waves again. The lights are going to go out this time down the turn number 3. See when PJ goes this time. He went early, he went late. Here we go, green, 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 green. Pat McGuire getting in the back of the 8G of Dinsmore, going to spin him around. Dinsmore starts at the bottom of turn number 2. Caution flag waves. And by, we'll try it again. Still got 11 down, 9 to go. On the gas, green flags waving. PJ Egbert with a great start. Looks like Jason Batt's going to take over 2nd. Hardy Henderson to now the 3rd. Swenson going to drive it hard. He's going to shove the 32 up. Here comes Hardy Henderson back underneath the 1 car. The 7G, slight contact in the back of the 19. That's going to slip him up. Moves a little ground to the 2nd place. We all stay moving in green. Out front, though, the 707 of PJ Egbert. Hardy Henderson, Jason Batt, David Good Jr., Chris Swenson, and Donald Banker. Flagman's going to show PJ Egbert the 5 to go mark this time by 15 down, 5 more laps to go. David Gugner looking underneath Jason Batt for 4th. Batt going to cross over, try to get back underneath him down the front stretch. Still door to door for 4th spot. Two more laps to go. White flags in the air. One more to go for the 707 of PJ Egbert. Turn 3, now to turn 4. Checkered flag waves your winner, the 707 of PJ Egbert. Second, going to be the 62 of Hardy Henderson. Third, the 48 Chris Wilson. Fourth, the 7G of David Jr. And fifth, the 19 of Jason Batt.
The green flag's out and we're underway. Vince Loudon out to an early start. They're coming to turn 1 and 2. Vince Loudon with the lead on the inside. Gene Burnett on the outside trying to give him a run for his money. Thomas Bennett trying to give third place a run for his money of the 174 of Mickey Helms. Thomas Bennett and Robert Scrivener side by side for 4th place. Thomas on the inside, 3 wide for 3rd place. Thomas Bennett, Robert Scrivener side by side battling it out for 4th position. Robert Scrivener's going to get 4th. Thomas Bennett's going to be 5th. He's going to battle out 5th. Thomas Bennett versus the 51. They're going to come down it. The number 6 of Vince Loudon's going to be your leader at the line. Gene Burnett 2nd. Robert Scrivener wants to give Gene Burnett a run for his money. Robert Scrivener's going to get around Gene Burnett on the backstretch. That's going to put Gene Burnett 3rd. Robert in 2nd. Thomas Bennett going on the bottom, going to try to pass Gene Burnett out of turn 3 and 4 for the 3rd position. Coming down the backstretch, who's going to be at the line? It's going to be Gene Burnett in the 43G. They're coming through turn 1 and 2. Thomas Bennett, Gene Burnett, side by side, coming down the backstretch. Who's it going to be coming into turn 3 and 4? Thomas goes down low. Gene goes up high. Gene's going to cut him off. Thomas goes down low. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be Thomas Bennett at the line. Vince Loudon still your race leader. Robert Scrivener 2nd. The C3 of Chris Birmingham around in turn 1 and 2. He's not moving yet. Zach's going to bring out a caution. Yes, it is. They're coming down the backstretch. Pack them, rack them, and restack them. They're going to turn off the yellow light, and we're going green flag racing this time around. Lights are out. It's up to Vince. Green, green, green. Coming down the front stretch, Vince Loudon's going to be your leader. Robert Scrivener 2nd. Thomas Bennett 3rd. Gene Burnett 4th. Gene Burnett goes down low. So does Thomas. Thomas trying to give Robert Scrivener a run for his money. Not going to work for him. Chris Birmingham and the 04 of Nathan Robbins was side by side. Mickey Helms and Chris Cockburn are side by side. for 6th position. Thomas Bennett still in your 3rd position. Talon Minton 4th, and Gene Burnett 5th. Mickey Helms is in the 6th position, going up high. Going to see if he can take the 4th position from Gene Burnett. Not going to work for him. Thomas Bennett throws it down low, trying to get by Robert Scrivener, as Robert Scrivener throws it down low to try to get around Vince Loudon. We got 6 laps down, 7 going to be down when they pass the stripe. Vince Loudon still your race leader. Robert Scrivener wants to change that. He's going to set his sights on him, go down low. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Vince. Thomas Bennett trying to fight off the 14T of Talon Minton down the backstretch. Gene Burnett and Mickey Helms side by side coming into turn 3 and 4. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Mickey Helms. Gene Burnett goes on the low side. Who's going to be at the stripe? It's going to be Gene Burnett. The 53 and the 6 are battling for 1st position. Thomas Bennett is trying to hold off the 14T of Talon Minton. Gene Burnett, Mickey Helms, contact coming in turn 3 and 4. Who's it going to be at the stripe? Gene Burnett goes down low, pedals back on it, coming down the front stretch. It's going to be Mickey Helms at the stripe. Vince Loudon coming down the backstretch. He's still going to be your race leader. Robert Scrivener 2nd. Thomas Bennett in the OK is holding off the 14T. 14T wants to change that. He's going to go down low. Who's it going to be at the line? Pedal back on it down the straightaway. It's going to be Thomas Bennett. Robert Scrivener still can't make it work coming down the backstretch, trying as hard as he can. Talon Minton finally got around Thomas Bennett coming out of turn 1 and 2. They're going to go into turn 3 and 4. Thomas Bennett goes down low. Talon Minton goes in the middle. It ain't going to work for him. Robert Scrivener has his GPS set for 1st place. Vince Loudon still holding off 1st place. He's holding off the 53 of Robert Scrivener, who is in 2nd position currently. The 5 car of Robert Dose is pulling into the middle. Vince Loudon's throwing some car links on down the backstretch. Robert Scrivener gains a couple in the corner. They're going to lose a couple coming out of the turn. Talon Minton's going to set his eyes on Robert Scrivener. Talon Minton throws it in deep coming in. It's going to be Robert Scrivener. Mickey Helms trying to get it from Thomas Bennett for the 4th place position. Thomas Bennett 4th, Mickey Helms 5th, Gene Burnett 6th, Taylor Florio 7th. It's a 3-car battle for 7th place versus Gene Burnett, Taylor Florio, Don Painter, and the 51. Mickey Helms on the high side, going to try to take it from Thomas Bennett. It's not going to work. He's going to cut it down low. Thomas Bennett slides up high. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Thomas Bennett. Vince Loudon still your race leader currently. Robert Scrivener 2nd. 14T of Talon Minton in 3rd. He's going to set his eyes on the 53, trying to take him up high. It's not going to work for him. Ain't getting no bite up there. Just blowing off the tires. Mickey Helms in the 174 coming in turn 1 and 2. Trying to take it from Thomas. Not going to work. Or is it? Give him a little love tap on the left rear. Thomas Bennett's going to take it from him. 14T of Talon Minton knocking on the back door of the 53. The 174 of Mickey Helms around in turn 3 and 4. Caution flags out. That's going to bring out a caution. Looks like the lineup's good. They're going to give them the blinking lights. Lights are going to go out down the backstretch. Coming into turn 3 and 4. What is he going to do it? Green flags in the air and we're underway. Coming down the front stretch is 6 of Vince Loudon's going to be your race leader coming into turn 1 and 2. Robert Scrivener goes down low. Thomas Bennett goes low. Tries to take it from Robert Scrivener. Not going to work. Talon Minton high. Robert Scrivener going to hold all 3 of them off. Coming into turn 1 and 2. Talon Minton's going to cut Thomas Bennett off coming out of turn 3 and 4. Gonna go on the outside of Robert Scrivener. Who's it gonna be? It's going to be Robert Scrivener coming to turn 1 and 2. Talon Minton set his sight on him, and he's not going to give up till he gets what he wants. Vince Loudon, Robert Scrivener, Talon Minton, Thomas Bennett, and Gene Burnett. Gene Burnett's on the inside of the 51. A two-car battle for 5th position. Taylor Florio on the inside of Jeff Shepard, trying to hold him off so maybe she can get a taste of the 43G for the 5th position. 14T of Talon Minton, Robert Scrivener side by side coming down the backstretch. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Talon Minton with a nose piece on him. Coming into turn 3 and 4, 14T of Talon Minton, 53 of Robert Scrivener side by side. Checkered flags coming out for Vince Loudon. Second place is going to be the 14T of Talon Minton, 53 Robert Scrivener. Okay, Thomas Bennett, the 43G of Gene Burnett, the 21T of Taylor Florio.